Peter Yare.
And I'm Jack Lynch.
And this is the April edition of Raider News.
I think we got that wrong.
What?
I'm Peter Yare.
Oh, and I'm Jack Lynch.
This is your April edition of Raider News. Raider News caught up with 2011 Raider alumni James Leitner, who is walking across America for Mission Clean Water. Let's take a look at what James had to say.
I'm Christy Serini, and I'm here today with James Leitner, who is the representative of Mission Clean Water. We're very lucky to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So you kind of created this platform, Mission Clean Water, for yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So I've always been very passionate about clean water issues, really since the beginning of junior year of high school. And really instead of creating a brand new nonprofit organization and kind of compete with all the other ones that are doing, clean water assistance, I decided to kind of try and create a platform, Mission Clean Water, as a way of doing, big adventurous fundraisers in partnership with nonprofits that are doing clean water topics. So, for example, I'm currently working with a nonprofit called the Philadelphia Serengeti Alliance.
That's very cool. And so what are your main objectives or goals? Like, what do you want to keep doing with this platform?
No, sure. Like the overall mission is, is to assist these nonprofits, and I have the goal of, helping everyone in the world get clean water. That's the overall big picture goal. But, if I were to follow the line of my current fundraisers, what I've been doing and I just finished was completing a marathon a month while carrying 45 pounds of water. And then I hope coming up soon is this big cross-country trip. I hope to hopefully do it again with some other nonprofits too.
That's super cool. And so you said that your interest in this began during junior year. Was there a specific thing that led you to want to help out?
So when I was a junior, we were the very first class. I still don't know if you guys are taking it now. A class called Global Perspectives in History. I had Dan Valentine. And, it was a great class, but it really wasn't until the final, which was like multiple parts, and there was one part that said to research food, water, energy, and I knew a good amount about food and energy, so I was like, let's do water instead, something new. And I remember Googling it and searching it as why it is a global issue, and stumbled upon a website called Charity Water, and from that moment, it's just been literally history since. Just kind of got stuck.
That's cool. And so you graduated in 2011. What kind of things did you do in high school?
In high school, I was active with the soccer and golf programs here as athletics, and then, my friends and I actually spent a lot of time in the same exact room doing TV production and film stuff. I was never technically inclined when it came to editing, so I was always their cameraman.
And so if there was a student here that wanted to, be proactive and do something like you've been doing, what advice would you give them?
That's a really good question. If you're getting an interest now, my suggestion is, begin to search online to try and find a nonprofit that you can volunteer with. When I was in high school, the organization Charity Water, I started volunteering and traveling to New York City a lot to go volunteer with them and just see how the nonprofit lifestyle kind of worked and how they really functioned very well. And then when I was in college, I kind of wanted to try and create my own projects. And it definitely did come with a lot of rejection, but the biggest thing is to stay optimistic and keep on trying to pursue your interests.
Okay, and so at what point did you kind of switch from, working with nonprofit organizations to doing your own things?
No, great question. So after graduation in 2011, I went to the University of Delaware, graduated in 2015, and, I was just kind of like donating the Charity Water regularly. But I realized my university had amazing resources with the engineering department and environmental science department, where at that moment I really wanted to try and create my own project. So I started meeting with every single engineering professor and environmental science professor, got rejected a lot, but that one professor had the right email and gave me the connections to a project in Tanzania, and that's where I was able to begin to work with the Philadelphia Serengeti Alliance and actually, still do fundraising for them, but travel to Tanzania and do some technical work for them too.
That's super cool. And so when you're not, helping provide safe water and things like that, what do you like to do in your free time?
No, great question. So I actually just moved back from living in West Virginia, and regularly there, I gained my yoga teaching certification when I was in college, so I've been continuing to do that. It's been a lot of fun. While in West Virginia and before, I've been a very big rock climber. So while in West Virginia, I did some guide work and then just kind of explored the outdoors regularly. So anything involving nature, really.
That's super cool. And so when you go and you run these marathons and you go cross country, what do you take with you when you do it?
with the marathons and the cross-country trip, you know, you kind of experience what I like to say the 7 stages of denial, just the constant ups and downs and all that. You know, you're going to experience some extreme lows and some extreme highs too as well, and the overall thing is just to stay positive and keep on moving. You know, with the marathons, there comes times where I'm completely exhausted and dizzy, but you got to finish.
Yeah.
And with this cross-country trip, there's going to be days where it's going to rain for a week or a few days straight, and it's just keep on moving and keep on smiling.
Wow, that's great. And so you have a water jug with you here today, and
Yes.
you take that with you when you do your stuff, right?
Yeah, so for the marathons, I carry one of these guys. It can hold 5 gallons, which is about 45 pounds. And 5 gallons is enough water for one person to use in a developing country for all their daily uses, so like showering, bathing, washing dishes, and drinking. And so I carry one of those for the marathons. Then for the cross-country trip, I'll be having a little pole cart with me and having 2 of them.
Okay, so that's super cool, and I think that really sends out a great message. And how would you say other people could get involved with your cause?
If you're interested in getting involved with the cause, my biggest suggestion is to explore our website, missioncleanwater.com. From there, you can get access to ways of volunteering, ways of getting involved, my contact information, as well as, you know, regular updates on the marathons and cross-country trip too.
Yeah, so please, if you guys have the chance, make sure you check out his website and his Facebook page to see what he's been doing or how you can get involved. And thank you so much for being with us today again.
Of course. Thank
It's
you for having
awesome.
me.
We all think that you're doing a great thing, and we wish you the best of luck as you continue doing it.
Oh, I really appreciate it.
And thank you, and back to the studio.
This month's Student of the Month is Tyler Deniskis, my only competition for 2018's Best Dressed Student. Let's see what he has to say.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Judge, and I'm with this month's Student of the Month, Tyler Deniskis.
Hello.
How's it going, my seed?
It's going pretty well, actually.
That's good. So you're a junior at Scotch Plains?
Yes.
And what classes are you taking this year?
I'm taking English, Math, French, Global, AP Government and Politics, Gym, Physics. I think that's about it.
Very tough schedule, and what are you taking next year?
Well, next year I'm taking the English, the Math, I dropped French. I'm taking Accounting, Marketing, Business Management, and Intro to Business Law.
Nice. Is business something you want to do in the future at college?
Yes, business is something I want to study. I'm looking in either to studying accounting or finance.
That's so exciting. And what do you like to do after school?
I like to swim with my friend Matthew D'Elia. He is my sprout. I also like to run and just hang out with friends.
That's nice. And you're into triathlons, right?
Yes.
Are you training for any upcoming triathlons?
I'm hoping to do one in June in Cape May, and I'm hoping to do another one in July. Okay.
Okay. So you mentioned that you like to swim also. Are you on the high school team?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I've never seen you before.
That's a lie.
So, how was the season last season?
This season was very well. Wasn't there for much of the season.
Why?
Because I had tonsil surgery.
That sucks.
It does. But the team did very well this year. We made it back to state finals for our 3rd straight year, and we're looking to make it 4 in a row.
That's exciting. Well, good luck, best of luck, and back to the studio.
April's Teacher of the Month is Mrs. Henry, formerly known as Miss Basulak. She's a head advisor of FBLA. Let's take a look to see why she's so special here at SPFHS.
Hi, I'm David Walker. I'm here with Miss Henry, the Teacher of the Month. So, Miss Henry, congrats. How do you feel?
I feel honored. I'm very excited.
Awesome. So to start off, just tell us about yourself. Where did you go to high school and college you went to, degrees you have?
Sure. I'm actually from Pennsylvania. I went to Lehighton High School. I graduated Bloomsburg University with my bachelor's in business education. I got my MBA there. And next Saturday, I am graduating Rutgers with another master's in labor and employee relations. And this is my 4th year in the district.
That's awesome. So what classes do you teach at the high school?
I teach accounting 1 and 2, if we have enough students, consumer finance, and the new introduction to business management.
Awesome. So part of the reason we selected you for Teacher of the Month was about that you're the head of FBLA. So you mind telling us about the club and some of the things that they do in school?
Yeah, absolutely. So FBLA is Future Business Leaders of America, and the organization is really to get students interested into business concepts, going to college for business, And some of the things we do some fundraising. We ran a Krispy Kreme fundraiser this year. We tried to run a dodgeball fundraiser, but that wasn't able to be successful. We sold trucker hats and lanyards this year, cords for graduation. We have a lot of really awesome plans for next year to make our club grow, and we work pretty much hand in hand with our sister club, DECA.
Awesome. So stay on the lookout for FBLA next year. I'm David Walker, and this is Teacher of the Month. Thank you.
This year, we drastically changed the schedule of the park. Let's see how the students and teachers felt about the new changes.
I'm here with Mr. Kessel. You were a proctor for the PARCC Test?
Yes,
And how was that?
it was fine.
I'm here with Justin. He's a sophomore. So Justin, how do you feel about the PARCC Test?
I find it pretty pointless, to be honest. With all the tests we take, including finals and exams, it's kind of pointless.
All right, I'm here with Madison. And Madison, you opted out of the park?
I did.
And so what did you do while everybody else was testing?
I worked on other assignments that I had for other classes, and I hung out with my friends in the cafeteria.
Okay, so I'm here with Mrs. Czar. Mrs. Czar, how was proctoring the last time you proctored?
Everything went smoothly. We had all the technology was working. All the students knew where to go, and we had an overall very smooth test.
So how did it affect your classes and your schedule?
Well, directly when I proctored, it didn't really affect it in as much as I proctored during freshman classes when the freshmen were taking it. So I wouldn't have had students anyway, so I just proctored other freshmen, so it didn't impact me. The only other impact is when the schedule changes, and when that schedule changes and one class meets for an hour and another meets for 20 minutes, you just have to get a little bit creative.
How did it differ from last year?
The days are much shorter because we are stacking testing in both the mornings and afternoons. So the time of it affecting the students has been shortened greatly.
Okay. And how did that affect your schedule?
It messed up a lot of my classes. It kind of caused a lot of makeup work to happen, and a lot of my teachers were not available after school for help.
And how does it affect your schedule?
It just makes me miss out on a lot of classes that are really a lot more important than taking this test. Like, I have to catch up on a lot of stuff that I could have been there for.
Recently, French students came to SPFHS through our French exchange program. Let's take a look at how their journey went. Also, tune in next month to see how SPF students take on France.
Bonjour and hello. I am here with Christy Serini and
Jenna Blazek.
Jenna is Christy's French exchange student. So, Christy, what has it been like? I know it's very new in the program. What has it been like to host a French exchange student so far?
It's very fun. I mean, she just arrived last night, so there's plenty of things that we have to do, but it's really exciting having someone from a different country live with me, and I think it's just a great experience, and I'm so happy to be a part of the program.
So, Jenna, do you see any differences so far between France and America?
Everything is different. Everything is so much bigger in America. It's crazy. It feels so weird.
What are you excited to do?
Everything. I want to see everything.
You guys go to New York. Are you excited for New York?
Yeah, I can't wait.
That's awesome. We're going to go find some more people. Thank you, guys. Bonjour. I am here. What is your name?
Thomas.
Thomas? Okay. And who is your student that you are staying with?
Kimberly Zog, là-bas.
Oh, okay. And so this is the gym class. Do you have a gym class in France?
Yes, every class practice sport.
What sports do you do in France?
At school.
What kind of sports?
Escalade, the climb a wall là.
So a lot of strength. Do you do football?
Yes.
Tennis?
No tennis, volleyball sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And badminton.
Okay. Are you excited to stay in America for a few days?
Yes, very.
What are you most excited for? What thing do you like the most?
Discover sports and the city of New York, I think.
Oh, yeah. New York is very fun. Thank you very much for talking to us. Au revoir. I'm here with Junior Mackenzie Einecker. Can you please introduce us to your French exchange student?
Yeah, this is Enzo Morti. How do you say it? The last name?
Morin.
Welcome to America. What do you think of America so far?
I think it's a really interesting experience to do this American exchange with Scotch Plains schools, and I'm really happy and excited to be here.
Very cool. Thank you. So what differences have you noticed between your school in France and this school?
This school is more open-minded in lessons because there are more projects than French schools.
Very good. Thank you. So Mackenzie, why did you choose to host a student from France?
I think it's really fun, like culturally, to have someone in your house that speaks a different language, and I've hosted before and traveled.
Very good. And Enzo, has learning English been difficult for you, or has it been easier?
Yeah, it's easy for me. I really love English, and it's funny to learn this language.
Good. Thank you guys so much. Have fun in class. Okay. I am here with juniors Michaela and Sam. Michaela, can you introduce us to your French exchange student?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, my French exchange student is Luan. Hi, yeah.
And so how has this experience in America been for you?
It's very, very good.
Very good. Do you like the school, or are you excited to go on the trips to New York?
It's very big.
That's good. And so, Michaela, what have you learned or experienced from hosting someone from a different country?
I could tell she told me that there's a lot of differences of schools. Like, this school is much bigger than their school in Vans. They have an hour for lunch, which is crazy. So I'm just like learning a lot more about the French school system, which is interesting.
Thank you very much. And Sam, can you please introduce us to your French exchange student?
Okay, this is Hugo.
Hi.
Hugo, where in France are you from?
In Brittany.
Brittany? Very cool. And what is your school like in France?
What is my school?
Yes. What do you do at your school?
Quelle activité est-ce que tu fais à ton école?
In first scientific.
Oh, scientific?
Mm-hmm. It's
Very
a
good.
scientific school.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a vo-tech-ish.
Very good. And so, Sam, have you found that communication has been difficult or a different experience for you?
It's definitely been a lot different. I've had to use a lot of like going around certain words that I don't know, but it's no Google Translate yet, so we're good.
Very good. And so, Hugo, right? What do you think is going to be the best part of America?
I don't know. Maybe the food.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go over to April's Featured Artist of the Month, Caitlin Buchanan, who really likes art.
I'm here with Featured Artist of the Month, Caitlin Buchanan. Caitlin, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Ethan?
I'm doing well. So what are you working on right now?
Currently, I'm working on a birthday gift for my boyfriend. I hand sanded down the ukulele so that the wood grain is only showing, and then started painting over primer. I've only been working on it for about a day or two, so.
It looks very nice.
Why, thank you.
So, do you like art?
No, of course not. That's why I sit here most free periods, obviously.
So what do you do in your free time, like art-wise?
Art-wise, a lot of what I do is either digital work for other projects. I will bring home paintings. I've worked on numerous projects, both in the classroom and at home. A lot of the time I've filled like 3 sketchbooks already, just because I work at home constantly. It's never ending.
Didn't you illustrate a book?
I did. I am a published illustrator twice. The first one was when I was 13, so that was not really too big of a project. But the second one was one of my dad's business partners, Chris Surdek. He wrote a book called Jerk and needed someone to illustrate the cover, so he asked my dad if I could do it, and I said, why not? So if you look me up on Amazon by name, the book will show up.
Awesome. Do you want to pursue this in college?
Oh yeah. I mean, with what I want to do as a career, it's art therapy. And a lot of people get confused when I say that. They're like, is that music therapy? And I'm like, no. What art therapy is there's two different kinds. There's recreational and psychoanalytical. It deals with sitting down with people who have like mental health issues, problems at home, divorced adults, and dealing with their mental health issues through forms of art. So say you have a kid with anger management issues and you just want them to get it out. You give them a canvas and you say, paint what you feel, get it out of your system. But what I want to go into deals with having people draw something out of their head, sitting down and taking it apart piece by piece to get in their head and understand what's wrong right at the source.
That's awesome. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you so much.
See you guys back in the studio.
In the beginning of this month, the music department went on their annual music trip to Orlando, Florida. Let's check out some highlights from this trip.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are all happy days. These days are all share them with me. These days are all happy days. These days are all.
The AV Club recently went on their Tribeca Film Festival trip where they viewed 2 films. One was Rock and Roll, a French film, and the other one, Wasted, a documentary on food waste. A few members recently reviewed the movies. Here are some of their thoughts.
Hello, I'm Matt. I'm Zach.
Hi, I'm Isabel Zakaria.
Hi, I'm Joshua Goldberg. This is the review of Tribeca's 2017 film Wasted.
Recently, we went to the Tribeca Film Festival and we saw the movie Rock and Roll. So, Josh, what was your opinion on the movie?
So, Zach, what do you think about it?
Going into it, the first I'd say the first 30 minutes were really good, but then about halfway through, it takes a nosedive and just goes completely off the rails.
I thought it was a really good movie. It was very informative about all the food that we specifically waste in America, and they made the movie in a way that provided the audience with a lot of information and also made it very funny at the same time.
What may have happened was when they started introducing the concept of plastic surgery, it was a great idea, but then when they started looking it over in post, you're like, shit.
The art also was a big part of the movie that even the director said at first they weren't too sure about if they were going to include it, but they did one shot with they made this giant hamburger. It was sandwich. It was a sandwich.
The history of the sandwich.
That's right. History of the sandwich. They made a really cool time lapse of an artist painting a sandwich, and they decided to keep the artistic aspect of it and include a lot more art in the movie as well after that.
Final verdict for me, I think I'd give the movie a 4 out of 10, just because it was good, but then it became unbearable for the last 10 minutes of it, and there were just some. It was okay.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a very well paced. For a documentary, it kept me awake, so that's always good.
I would give mine 7 out of 10 stars because I was laughing the whole way through and I was never bored. I know at the end, the last 30 minutes, you and Joe were like, please just end.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I loved every second of it and I thought it was great.
Oh, that'll do it.
Alright. Signing off.
Signing off.
And now over to Kat for the polls.
DECA Nationals was this past month. Let's take a look at the past at 2003 DECA Nationals.
From April 24th through the 29th, about 40 DECA members attended the national competition in Orlando, Florida. There were quite a few qualifiers, many of which who went on to place nationally. The students enjoyed the days with competitions as well as acting as tourists in the Orlando area. Congratulations to all those who attended. Now let's go on location with Julie Sams.
34 News, and I'm here with a member of DECA. Can you tell me your name and your grade?
Sarah Finkelstein, I'm a senior.
And what's your position in DECA?
I'm president of our DECA chapter.
And I understand you guys recently returned from Nationals. Where was that held?
Nationals this year was held in Orlando, Florida.
And how did that go?
It went really well. We did a bunch of projects that we presented, and 2 of our projects made into the second round of finals, and one of the projects was in the top 10 in the nation, so went really well.
How many students went to nationals this year?
We had about 45 students go, so it was really good.
Well, congratulations and good luck. This has been Joyce Sams reporting for 34 News. Now back to the studio.
Hello, this is Bobby Dugin here with Max Mazurski, senior, just got back from the Deccan Nationals trip. So Max, why don't you tell us where you went and how it was?
We went to Anaheim, California, and it went really well. Me and my partner actually made finals, which placed a top 20 in our event. We really dispensed a lot of time into what we did, so it really was nice to see it pay off.
Very nice. How was the weather in California?
It was beautiful. It really got pretty hot out there some days, and we were able to go to the pool. I got pretty sunburnt, so.
Did the time zone difference affect your performance?
Yeah, I think when we had the earlier role plays, we were more at an advantage just because we were more awake.
Besides the events and projects, what else did you do in California?
We went to Disneyland, which was a lot of fun. It was like about a block away from our hotel, so we were able to go whenever we want. We had hoppers, tickets. We were able to go whenever we want, and we went on rides and just had a good time.
Sounds like you guys were flying high. Very nice. Thanks, Max.
No problem, Bobby.
Now on to the age-old question, why do you drive on the parkway and park in the driveway?
I'm Sean Murray, and in this month's episode of Age-Old Questions, I'm going to hit the halls of SBFHS to find out why we New Jerseyans park in the driveway but drive on the parkway. We're here with Junior Cooper Heisey. Cooper, do you drive?
No, I dabble.
You dabble. Do you drive on the Garden State Parkway?
I have a couple times, yeah.
Okay. Then what do you think about this? Why do people drive on the parkway but park in the driveway?
Oh, you see, I have a simple explanation to that. Now, you park in the driveway because you have to drive up the driveway to park in it. And you drive in the parkway because you're driving to go park in a destination. So that's probably why.
Not sure that makes any sense, but thank you. Okay, we're here with Senior Charles Butler. Charles, do you drive?
I do drive.
Okay, are you familiar with the Garden State Parkway?
Yeah, I am. You just take down the shore. Driscoll Bridge, one of my favorites.
It's great, thank you. So I have a question for you. Why do people in New Jersey drive on the parkway but park in the driveway?
I think it's something that all started in the Clinton administration. I don't know, he's a weird guy, and you've seen the news.
Thank you for that very vague answer.
Okay, we're here with Senior Tommy Goodman. Tommy, do you drive? I do. Okay. Are you familiar with Garden State Parkway? I am. Okay, so my question to you would be, why do we drive Parkway, but park in the driveway? Well, I think back in the day when people there weren't a lot of highways around, people used to drive up their driveway, but then they parked on the parkway and it's not, it's kind of like the shoulder. The shoulder. Yeah. See, yeah, people who are parking in the shoulder. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, no problems. We're here with the senior and former age-old questioner, Sebastian Chinchilla. Sebastian, do you drive? Yes, I do. Okay, are you familiar with Garden State Parkway? How often would you say you use it?
Mostly during the summer, when we're going outside.
Great, of course. Now my question to you is, why do we drive on the parkway but park in the driveway?
I found that a lot of people in New Jersey are a little backwards, so I think they kind of made it like that to accommodate their lifestyle. So,
most valid answer I've heard so far. Thank you.
Now let's go back to Peter and Jack.
Thank you for tuning in for the April edition of Radio News.
I'm Jack Lynch.
And I'm Peter Yaram.
Stay sweet.